Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification because I know you want to be notified when we dropping these hot takes. What is going on, man? Timothy Bradley Jr. was on Pro Box TV. You know, Molly Polly Monology, Chris Algieri, and basically he was on there talking about Teofimo Lopez is a one-dimensional fighter. Teofimo Lopez ain't this, and he's saying that it was a highway robbery. That Jermaine Ortiz, it was a highway robbery. What happened to Jermaine Ortiz on Thursday night? Now, is Timothy Bradley, you know, is he going? He basically hates Teofimo Lopez. One thing that I've noticed about Timothy Bradley was that he's not fond of Teofimo Lopez or his camp or his people. He does not mess with them people, right? Timothy Bradley is the kind of guy that, he has his favorite fighters inside the top rank, right? He has those guys that he's really rooting for in top rank, and those guys can't make mistakes inside of that ring. When Timothy Bradley is announcing their fights, I mean, I'm telling you, those guys go in there make 1,000 mistakes. But in Timothy Bradley and his broadcasting will have you believe that this guy was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now, Timothy Bradley says that Teofimo Lopez is a one-dimensional fighter. Now, was he a one-dimensional fighter when he fought Josh Taylor? Because before that, we seen a Teofimo Lopez that was really a boxer puncher. Against Josh Taylor, he was on his back foot. He was doing a lot more things that was more elusive, right? He showed a different side of his game. But now he's one-dimensional because he was frustrated inside of the ring. Problem is, why was he frustrated inside of the ring, right? Because Teofimo Lopez thought that there was going to be a fight. That's why Teofimo Lopez was so frustrated inside of the ring. Because this dude, Jermaine Ortiz, said that he was going in there to knock him out. That's why he was frustrated inside of that ring. It wasn't because, oh yeah, um, it was because, oh yeah, I'm just frustrated to be frustrated because this guy's super good at boxing. Oh my goodness. But it was more of, dude, what the fuck? Are you here to fight, bro? Like, you do know this is for a world championship title, right? You do understand that this is a lot on the line for you. Like, if you win this, you could potentially be one of those guys in the sport of boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, Jermaine Ortiz decided to do his game plan. And what they were saying there is that one guy had a game plan. Yes, one guy had a game plan, right? Let's say that I'm sure that Teofimo Lopez had a game plan. He just could not deliver that game plan when this dude is ducking as low as he can and getting away. You know what I'm saying? He was not there to be hit at all. And this is the fight game, right? This is the fight game. This is boxing. This is not running around a ring, running around a ring. This is not that type of sport, right? This is not that type of sport. If you want to run, there are sports already implemented in the world that you could potentially be a part of, right? But Jermaine Ortiz had a game plan, but it wasn't the right game plan, right? You're a guy who's going up against a champion like Teofimo Lopez. You mean to tell me that you decide to come into the ring and do something like that, right? But Timothy Bradley is going on a smear campaign of Teofimo Lopez because Teofimo Lopez got the decision. Ultimately, I think that the judges saw that Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz both lost that night. You know what I'm saying? They said, well, I mean, we got to give it to the champion. You have to beat the champion. One thing that I saw that Timothy Bradley did say, right? Did say on Pro Box TV was that the judges for Shakur Stevenson were the same as the judges for Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz on that night. And on that night of Shakur Stevenson won that fight, right? And then on this night, Jermaine Ortiz lost that fight. So what are they really judging? That's intriguing. Now that's an argument, right? That's an argument. Tag boxing, the sweet science. What's going on, HOD? What's good, Brody? Now that it's interesting, right? Because it shows you the, I would say, the inequalities in boxing, right? You have a guy in De Los Santos who really didn't have a name, but the Rayo Valenzuela name, right? And that was who, yo, that's why he got that opportunity with Shakur Stevenson. You got the Jermaine Ortiz, who's not signed to these dudes, but, he's still getting those opportunities because he puts up good fights. Now, it's very weird if you have three judges and on that same thing, that the fighter that wins, one fighter that wins that did the same thing as the fighter that lost the next time. That's very weird. That's what he should be talking about. He shouldn't be talking about, oh yeah, Teofimo Lopez, this was a highway robbery, this is that, this and that. HOD says Bradley is trash. Who simply has a grip with Tio? Yeah, I mean, Bradley is Bradley. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we're gonna talk about Bradley because he was a fighter and now is an analyst. And the things that he says, the way that he describes fights and things like that when he's commentating and this and that, sometimes aren't 100%. Like I was stating earlier, I said that some of the guys that Timothy Bradley he's rooting for, and you could just tell, bro, he's giving them the benefit of the doubt in every single way. You know what I'm saying? Every single thing that they do, he's giving them the benefit of the doubt. Whereas fighters that he's not too fond of, like Teofimo Lopez, he's gonna say some shit. Give me 1 second. He's gonna say some shit, right? Tiafimo got exposed, got outboxed by a D-class fighter. Tim Bradley, a great analyst, two-time world champion, Hall of Famer. Gotta respect that. Two weight classes. That means Canelo got exposed by Charlo. Right, right. And I mean, like, dog, that type of style of fighting is not favorable. Nobody wants to watch that shit. That shit is trash in the sport of boxing. There's a couple guys on here that advocate for that type of style of boxing, and it's really not it don't do nothing for fans. You know what I'm saying? Fans aren't like, oh my goodness, these dudes are vicious. Fans don't even watch that shit. You know what I mean? They just want to see if they won, and that's it. Salute, salute, salute. Teofimo got exposed. I mean, I don't really think that Teofimo got exposed, to be honest. I think that he just needs to work on aspects of his game, so that next time, because like I said, you fighting a guy like Devin, you fighting like a guy like Shakur Stevenson, they not giving you the decision again. With those guys, they not giving you the decision. It's as simple as that. Them dudes got the judges in their back pocket too. You know what I mean? It don't mean you're not gonna win that fight, dog. You're just not gonna win that type of fight, especially if you look frustrated inside of the ring. Jermaine Ortiz, yeah, because Jermaine Ortiz is not an established champion, not nothing really, right? In the sport of boxing, isn't signed to nobody. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Of course, that's why with guys like Jermaine Ortiz, you have to go and take it. And if you see that this guy is frustrated, dog, you have to take it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take that belt from him. It's as simple as that. A guy like Devin Haney doesn't really have to, right? Because he's already been a world champion, this and that. He's already a world champion. You know what I'm saying? So he comes in and looks just like Jermaine Ortiz. He's getting the nod on the night. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Bradley gifted decision versus Pacquiao with zero power and is the Hall of Fame. Is in the Hall of Fame because ESPN sponsored him to 5 votes. Right. Yeah, man. That Bradley Pacquiao shit, yeah, that shit was a robbery, dog. That shit made 0 sense. But I in my opinion, it's kind of outlandish for Timothy Bradley to say that Teofimo Lopez is one dimensional. Because you call Teofimo Lopez's fights. You watch Teofimo Lopez fight. He is not a one-dimensional fighter. I think it's irresponsible for an analyst like Timothy Bradley to really say that Teofimo Lopez is one dimensional because of one off night, because he could not cut off the ring effectively. You know, when he was trying to cut off the ring, right? He was chasing 90% of the time. And there was times where it looked like, okay, you know, he's getting to him, but when he would close on him, he'll just duck down, right? And it's extremely hard, like Teofimo Lopez said. You can't catch the chicken. It's super hard to catch a chicken. And that's the way I view things, right? So like if I view things as far as if you're doing this extra movement, running around the ring, bro, you're a chicken, bro. You're a coward, bro. Like you're not there to be hit. You don't want to be hit. What Chris Algieri said was the body work after the fifth, sixth round, the body work started taking a toll on of Jermaine Ortiz. The body work started taking a toll on Jermaine Ortiz, and that's when he slowed down, and that's when you start seeing Teofimo Lopez pick it up a little bit, but Jermaine Ortiz was still on the run, right? That's when you started seeing Jermaine Ortiz really running around the ring. You know what I'm saying? The first five rounds, you could be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he doing his little thing, you know what I mean? But after that, Cuz was just on a bicycle and it was over with. The other thing that I wanted to address was, you know, people are saying that when Teofimo Lopez um was inviting Jermaine Ortiz to come fight in the corner. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the tape, half of that shit is being blocked, bruh. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really do no damage. He said, I disagree. This fool talking about views and gate numbers. Get the fuck out of here, fanager. If you looks, if it looks TV number of viewership, bro, nobody really cares about that type of shit, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez is not the hottest commodity in boxing. We're not nobody. I don't think anybody's over here trying to oversell you on Teofimo Lopez, telling you that he's about to be the next face of boxing, like they're trying to do for Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think anybody's over here saying, oh yeah, Teofimo Lopez, he's the highest selling, grossing. Nobody cares about that shit. You know what I mean? Teofimo Lopez is an exciting fighter, a very good fighter, a fighter that looks for legacy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, other than that, I'm not concentrated on Teofimo Lopez and how much is he selling. In New York City, he's selling pretty well, bro. In on the West Side, it might be different. You know what I'm saying? It might be different. He might not have the biggest fan base, and that's the problem with Teofimo Lopez. To be honest, I think that for Teofimo Lopez, I think that he needs to come out with a public apology to the people of Puerto Rico, the Puerto Ricans from New York City. You know what I'm saying? Because last time I was in there, all Puerto Ricans is fans of Teofimo Lopez. They was in the building deep, you know what I mean? Deep. So Teofimo Lopez needs to come out with a public apology, dog, because that type of shit is going to have people just looking at you like, nah, dog, I can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to come out and give the Puerto Rican fan base that really fuck with him, because in New York City, it's Puerto Ricans that come out and support Teofimo Lopez by the thousands, bro. You know what I'm saying? My boy Pound for Pound just banged. You wild as if. Why are you? Y'all wild, man. Imagine that I smacked this fool girl ass and it's up to him to defend her honor, and he start running in circles around me till he's out of breath, then goes tell her, all right, babe, I handled this punk ass. Get the fuck out. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, yo, you get in a street fight and this dude's just running in circles, running in circles. What are you trying? What are you trying to accomplish, bro? We here to fight, or you here to get me dizzy? You know what I mean? Like, if you here to get me dizzy, then all right, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you won, you got it, bro. But if we here to fight, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta sit there and fight, bro. You know what I mean? I don't care if you pick up a motherfucking table and slam that shit on somebody. You know what I mean? But you gotta fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wild as hell, man. You know, man. Told his paying fans to suck his. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. See that type of shit, bro. You can't be against the fans. You know what I mean? The fans are there to support you. You have to tell the fans, be transparent with the fans, bro. Like you said, hey, bro, it's gonna be hard when a dude is ducking down and just trying and avoiding any type of engagement, any type of thing. It's gonna be very hard for you to win a fight, dog. Like it's gonna be very hard for you to fight this dude because this dude literally his game plan was I don't want to get touched by this dude. That was the game plan. The game plan wasn't there. Oh yeah, we gonna counter this dude off shit like that. Nothing. You know why I knew that they don't really he just stuck to one little stupid ass game plan? Is because he's not visual within the fucking fight, bro. If you see this dude is frustrated, I mean, dog, you should have took full advantage of that. I mean, I get it. You want to stay disciplined to your game plan, but bro, you know what I'm saying? There's no way that you gonna tell me that you just gonna keep on running around, running around, running around, running around. When this dude is frustrated, yeah, what you're doing is just frustrating him and getting his ass dizzy. I think he was more dizzy than frustrated, to be honest. I think that Teofimo Lopez might have been more dizzy than frustrated. You know, it makes zero sense to me. Something kind of backfired. The entrance thing, bro. You can't. If you're a fighter, man, the number one thing that you want to have is a fan base, right? Because a fan base is that's what makes you a high commodity in boxing. Let's be honest. You could be some shit, but if I got a million fucking fans, motherfucker, you gonna be paying for that shit. You know what I mean? Look at Jake Paul. Dude never had a fight in his fucking life. You know what I'm saying? His first professional fight, this dude sold this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter how skilled you are. It don't matter about none of that shit. The fans can literally tell them what you gonna get paid, how much you gonna get paid, and all that shit. The fans is gonna be the ones doing that. That's why you can't go against your fans. People was born. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, bro. You know what I mean? It was some shit. You should have told the fans, yo, it was some shit. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I would have said, I want to give y'all, first of all, I want to give y'all a full apology because we thought that we were here for a fight and this dude ran like a fucking hoe the whole night, bro. And this dude did not want to sit down and fight with me. He was scared as shit. He's some shit, and I promise you, I will be better. And next time I'll definitely come out better. Defense while staying in the pocket is not the same as evading at all costs. Exactly, bro. Defense in the pocket is entertaining, bro. Defense in the pocket, I don't care who you are, bro. Upper body movement, feigning, motherfucking dodging those punches in the pocket is fun, bro. It's exciting to see. Like you like, oh shit, he would have got knocked the fuck out if you got hit with that. You know what I'm saying? But that type of shit, that's you gotta be a bad motherfucker to do that type of shit. And I mean, fighters do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the Canelo Alvarez does it. He'll stand in the pocket with you, make you miss. To and hella fighters. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, evading at all costs, bro. That's not realistic, bro. That's not realistic. And that's why I said, bro, both fighters lost that fight last night. I mean that Thursday night. Both fighters lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? But Jermaine Ortiz shitted himself. You know what I mean? Because he literally could have won that fight if he would have just did a little bit more. If he was just did more in each round, just did more. Instead of trying to evade so much, how about you throw some punches? You would have won that fight, bro. So I'm disappointed in him, bro. I'm disappointed in him because of that. You know what I'm saying? And Teofimo Lopez, obviously, because he needs shit. He needs a lot to work on because cutting off the ring is a major part of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And when you're fighting guys like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, you're not gonna be able to beat those guys because in the scorecards they're gonna tear your ass the fuck up. You know what I mean? T.O. isn't Shakur, though. He will bounce back. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. T.O. gonna bounce back, man. T.O. gonna bounce back for sure, man. I'm not worried about T.O. and his career. Dog, we seen this shit time and time again. T.O. just does not fight. He fights to the level of his competition. That's what I feel like, right? And you can't change that because Teofimo Lopez against Lomachenko, he was a dog. You know what I'm saying? He was a dog. Then he goes against George Kambosos and loses, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem, and that's why I said it's in his nature. His second nature is peer pressure, bro. That's his second nature is peer pressure. Peer pressure is what keeps him prevailing in the sport of boxing. That's why he should be the underdog in every single one of his fights. He should not be a favorite anymore. Even if he is a favorite, they need to tell his ass he's the underdog. This is boxing, not the Cartoon Network. More pussy ass woke shit. Giving, yeah, man. So I'm like, man. To be honest, Timothy Bradley, it's disrespectful, and it makes zero sense to me how you could come out and really say that Teofimo Lopez is a one-dimensional fighter. You know what I mean? Then you go off and start ranting about Teofimo Lopez is lost that fight. It was a complete highway robbery and this and that. Like these are very strong claims from an ESPN analyst who wants to be looked at as a non-biased analyst. Because in reality, we know this motherfucker is bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the fight, he was saying he was actually doing he was not going that hard on what was about to happen. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't calling it a robbery before the fight. You know what I mean? Before they started reading off the cards. I think he started calling it a robbery once he heard 117, 111, meaning that Jermaine Ortiz was definitely not in the fucking fight at all. And I think that was obviously, I think most people are going to agree that was a little too wide. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at that. I mean, Jermaine Ortiz deserved to get. I mean, it could have been a fucking draw for our kid. Both motherfuckers lost that night. Nobody did shit. I could care less, to be honest. You the parent, if you allow anyone to lure your kids, that's on you. Oh shit. You think the bud thing is just for clout or real? Bro, I don't think that Terrence Bud Crawford is gonna fight no Teofimo Lopez, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's looking for his one last fight, and it's not gonna be no Teofimo Lopez. Let's be honest, right? I think Terrence Bud Crawford is out of the sport after one last fight. He's gonna look for the biggest payday. Can Teofimo Lopez deliver on the biggest payday? I highly doubt. He's contractually obligated. There's contracts and shit like that. They're not about to bend over backwards for him to get a Terrence Bud Crawford fight. To be honest, bro, even though I feel like in my heart, I think that Teofimo Lopez would want that fight, and that's the fight that he wants, he's not gonna get that shit. Just because of the fact that it Terrence Crawford is on his last leg, bro. This is a 36-year-old man who, if you look at his resume, to be honest, is not that impressive. A lot of people feel highly about Terrence Bud Crawford, and I think that he's a very good fighter. But I think that he was born in the right time and fought fighters at the right time, because I think in any other scenario, I don't think he would have really lasted. You know what I mean? Like, I think that he would have had some losses in his resume. I think that if he grew up even with these guys, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Javante Tank Davis, Subrel Matias, Josh Taylor, whoever the fuck you want to throw in, not even, no, not Josh Taylor, but all of these younger dudes, if he was around their same age and they all was coming right up the same way, bro, I think he would have had some losses. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe not, because they might have been moving him correctly. You know what I mean? But I don't think that Terrence Bud Crawford does anything extremely amazing inside of the ring for me to be like, yo, this is the guy. You know what I mean? But a lot of people do feel that way, and I can't. I mean, it is, you like what you like. And Terrence Rudd Crawford is not no coward fighter neither, bro. He's the type of dude that go in there, he gets knockouts. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a lot of things that I see that's kind of flawed with them. You know what I mean? Inside of the ring, not outside, right? He's a good dude, man, and I mean, he's on his last fight. I think that that's all. That's just it. It's his last fight, very very soon. He's gonna be done. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna definitely be done after one more fight, and ideally, he wants a payday, right? I thought it would have been Tim Tszyu. Then they started talking about Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think either one benefits him because you go to Australia, fight Tim Tszyu, and you become successful and overcome Tim Tszyu. Yo, that's a big statement in your career. I think that will be the toughest fight for Terrence Crawford. He hasn't even fought it yet. He's 36 years old. He hasn't even fought his toughest fight. His toughest fight is gonna be going up in weight. You know what I'm saying? He made 147 a career. You know what I mean? But he beat the dude that he had to beat. I will say that. He beat Earl Spence. So, I mean, what can you really say? You know what I mean? He beat the dude that he had to. He beat him. He beat him convincingly and did what he was supposed to. Yeah, man. this man, this man hooked on boxing, bro. You're a wild boy, man. You're a wild dude. But I think that Timothy Bradley very irresponsible, just saying whatever out his mouth just to hear himself talk. You know what I mean? Calling Teofimo Lopez a one-dimensional fighter is kind of it's very disrespectful. It's not kind of it's very disrespectful because we've seen Teofimo Lopez in his progression and the things that he's done in the ring, right? Is he consistent? Is another thing. If Timothy Bradley was saying that Teofimo Lopez is not a consistent fighter, I wouldn't even be here talking about what Timothy Bradley is saying. I wouldn't be saying that. Because, yes, his track record does follow him. He's not consistent. You know, he fights those championship fights, he fights those top dudes, and he beats them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of fighters when they fight those top dudes, they can't win. You know what I mean? There's just those fighters that just can't win the big fights. They can win all the little fights. They win all of those fights, no problem. They can't win the big fights. Teofimo Lopez is completely opposite. This motherfucker goes to the big fights, dominates the big fights, and then in the little fights, the smaller fights, it's like, yo, bro, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing out there? So I don't think that Teofimo Lopez is consistent. That's what I will say. He's not a consistent fighter. We not every time he's not on his A game, and that's true. You cannot, you can't make any type of. You can't say anything about that. That's 100% true. So one thing that Teofimo Lopez has to work on is being more consistent. Yes, you fought 3 times in 10 months. You know what I mean? But one time in those 3 fights, you were inconsistent, bro. When you fought Sandor Martin, you were inconsistent. Simple as that. But when you fought Josh Taylor, you got up for that shit. I don't know. That could possibly benefit him in the long run, right? Because obviously if he's fighting like that against bad opposition, you know what I'm saying? Those top fighters are gonna be like, yo, Teofimo Lopez might be the next move. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a good name. He's a two-time lineal, one-time undisputed. Should have been two-time undisputed. You know what I mean? So it could benefit him in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? When and where can we get the merch, man? I ain't got no merch, man. Just a couple shirts. You know what I'm saying? We gotta grow the channel, man. Y'all gotta like, comment, share, man. Share this shit, man. You know, send it to your grandmother, man. Send it to your auntie, your uncles. You know what I'm saying? Tell them pound for pound is on the loose, man. Hooked on Boxing had Taylor beating Tio. A lot of people had Taylor beating Tio, bro. A lot of people. A lot of people had Taylor beating Tio. And I honestly, you know, before that, we saw Teofimo against Sandor Martin, which made us think, yo, Taylor's gonna possibly beat Teofimo Lopez, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna beat Teofimo Lopez. Why? Because did you see how Sandor Martin was outboxing Teofimo Lopez at times? You know what I'm saying? Did you see how he was doing? You know what I mean? And those were alarming because Sandor Martin is not as good as Josh Taylor, but Josh Taylor could do the same fucking game plan as Sandor Martin. Only problem with Taylor is when he gets hit, he wants to crack back too. And that's the thing. But Teofimo Lopez put on a boxing clinic. It was beautiful, a spectacular performance. I mean, the most exciting thing. If you were in the building, you just felt it. It was one of the most beautiful atmospheres in the world. You probably wouldn't want to be nowhere else because if the main event is that great, I mean, come on, let's be honest, bro. You had Xander Zaya on that undercard and a couple more fighters. You had the young kid from Brooklyn. What's his cousin's name, man? Up and coming fighter, fights on top ring, knocking everybody out. Really good fighter. I can't remember his name, man. Really good fighter. People was in there for him too. You know what I'm saying? Xander Zayas. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on, man. But that was a spectacular night. You know what I mean? And Teofimo Lopez, if he stays on the East Coast, stays in New York, he's gonna be selling out, bro. If it's the right matchup, yes, he's gonna be selling out. They had Sandor Martin, Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden in the big room. That fight should not have been in the big room, right? That should have been at the Hulu Theater. Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez should have been in the big room. You know what I'm saying? That was more. There was so many people from Scotland, so many Puerto Rican fans, so many Honduran fans. It was hella people in that. It was just packed, bro. It was something to see. Bet that, bro. Bet that, man. Like and subscribe, man. We going up, man. We going up. That subscriber count going up, man. That like count going up. You know what I'm saying? At least to your fault, Martin. Haney is avoiding him as his Mando. Exactly, bro. Nobody wants a part of Sandor Martin. He's a tough dude. He's gonna make every single fight disgustingly ugly, and he has a very good jab, and that's one thing. He's way bigger than Devin Haney. He's a bigger Devin Haney, bro. He's a bigger Devin Haney, and Devin Haney knows he's not gonna be able to beat that dude, man. He's not gonna be able to clinch 56 times with that dude, bro. He's not gonna be able to do that type of shit. And Sandor Martin's not gonna be there to knock your head off. So it's not gonna be that easy. So when they say chess match, that's essentially what the chess match is gonna be with less advantages. What I said was Devin Haney does not take a fight unless he has every single advantage inside of that ring. Sandor Martin has a lot of advantages over Devin Haney. Now they reach, I don't know. Somebody could check it up, see what Sandor Martin's reach is. But I know that he's bigger. I know that he has the same exact skill set as Devin Haney. I know that he's not gonna make no stupid mistakes inside of the ring. I know that he's gonna get off on Devin Haney. He's gonna do a way better job against Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they want that. He's not going to be able to clinch 56 times like he did on George Kambosos, bro. Devin Haney won't be able to do that on Sandor Martin. You know what I'm saying? Sandor Martin going to be putting his weight on when he does clinch because it's going to be Sandor Martin that's going to be possibly once he catches him. You know what I mean? But ain't no way. That would probably be one of the most boringest fights. But that's a dude that will beat Devin Haney, in my opinion. I feel like him avoiding that mandatory, yes, he knows the potential risk. Ryan Garcia doesn't have the best footwork, right? Ryan Garcia has a left hook. You know what I'm saying? These are the guys that Devin Haney thrives on. If he's not a heavy favorite, I mean, come on, let's be serious, bro. This dude has never fought in a fight that he's an underdog. This dude has never fought in a fight that he has a one less advantage than the other guy. He has to have every single advantage inside of that ring. It's not even funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit is kind of ridiculous to me. I think the shit is not even fair, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even a equal playing field, bro. Teofimo beat the best at 140 pounder at the time. I'll admit that, but you wild, man. Come on, man. You a wild dude, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all messing up the content, man. Come on, man. We trying to talk T yo. Yeah, man, but hey, yeah, so like I said, man, avoiding his man though, man. He don't want no parts of that dude, man. You know know what I'm saying? He's gonna age that old motherfucker out, and it's gonna be over for Saint Martin when it does become his time, right? But to be honest, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, it's a good fight because it's a fight that people were saying, yo, these are the four kings in boxing, right? These are the four kings. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be able to see where Ryan is, how Devin Haney reacts to what Ryan brings to the table on that night. Ryan Garcia is already 0-1 against the four kings, already lost to Javante Tank Davis. One thing I will commend Ryan Garcia on is having heart, dog. Like having heart. He don't give a fuck. He wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? And he has a good enough name where those fights could happen. And he's not a big enough threat to those guys. You know what I'm saying? So like he has a very perfect scenario because he's not a big threat to these guys. You know what I'm saying? And he has a very good fan base. So he brings something to the table. So it's not just him, oh yeah, I want to fight, and he's threatening and he doesn't bring no fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like Teofimo Lopez would. Teofimo Lopez is threatening and he doesn't bring like the biggest fan base. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna match up. The mon- it just won't be no incentive for a fighter to take that opportunity. But Ryan Garcia, a guy that doesn't have really good footwork, keeps his chin in the air, doesn't throw really, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't really do too much. All I gotta watch out is for a left hook, but I'm out of range half the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. That's simple money for Devin Haney. And then people gonna be cheering him on, saying that Devin Haney is the greatest and this and that. No, I just want to see how he looks against Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia hits him, then he's some shit. He's trash in my opinion. He's trash in my opinion. Nah, I'm messing with y'all, man. But nah, I think that Devin Haney shouldn't have no problems with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is just not, in my opinion, skill wise, he's just not there compared to Devin Haney. Devin Haney's a way better fighter, way better fighter. He's gonna have all the advantages come fight night, and he's gonna rehydrate. And one thing I do say is that I like Ryan Garcia at 140 pounds with packing more weight. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, he's gonna have to try to catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be like that all night. It's gonna be boring because he's gonna have to try to catch him with that left hook. And then Devin Haney is gonna be gauging that range. He's gonna be staying out of range, and it's gonna be that type of fight. You won't see. Now is Devin Haney gonna get a knockout? I don't think so. Not at all. And is Ryan Garcia gonna get a knockout? I don't think so, not at all. But if there's somebody that's gonna get a knockout, it's gonna be Ryan Garcia, of course, right? But like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified, man. Hit that bell notification because I know you want to be notified, man. We out, man. Peace.